Hey everybody, it's Zach and I like movies, and today I am here to talk about the brand new movie from Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things. Yorgos Lanthimos, the weirdo out of out of Greece, is back again with another one who's he's really been on a winning streak with all these great English language movies that really started got him attention from back in 2015 with The Lobster. Kind of went even further with that sort of like odd surrealism of like a world where you have to find a life partner or you get turned into an animal of your choosing. And then he went on after that with the Killing of the Sacred Deer, which I don't really hear enough people talk about, to be honest. I hear more discussion about like Dogtooth, which I don't think I quite love as much as everybody else. But then, of course, he hit it really big with the Oscar darling The Favorite from 2019, with Emma Stone, Rachel Weisz, and Olivia Colman, absolutely delivering amazing performances. And now he has Poor Things, back again with Emma Stone, and he brought in Willem Dafoe and the likes of Ramy, Youssef, and Marco Ruffalo. And I really want to be as vague as possible with this movie, because the discovery is really the joy. Following along and just seeing what this weird, wacky world is really part of the joy and part of the story too. So what I will describe it as is it's Barbie meets Frankenstein in a sort of steampunkish late 19th century England. It seems like a hodgepodge of things. I will only describe Willem Dafoe is a mad scientist, Dr. Godwin Baxter, and he has a daughter, question mark, Bella Baxter. That's Emma Stone. Which, by the way, Willem Dafoe, a man who already has a whole lot of face, has even more face into him in this role. Like he looks like one of those really messed up looking Dick Tracy villains. Like his jaw is almost completely square. He has he burps out bubbles that I can't explain. And so Bella is kind of this, it's kind of this Frankensteinian childlike Barbie doll, and then she meets likes Mark Ruffalo, and she just like goes on an adventure to find herself, finding out what it means to be a human being, and what it means to be a woman specifically, and things that are expected of her as a woman, and things that she carves out for herself. And she does it all in this. All the dialogue is very specific in the vernacular that feels like specific to the time and also specific to this world too. And yeah, I have to say, this is a movie that you absolutely need to see on the big screen, because it is so visually extravagant at every turn it gets. Like whether it's like the weird wide angle lenses and the fisheye lenses that are used, or it's the great all this like great visual, it's all the great visual and the color paletting, all these like the production design, the gaudiness of the costuming too. I have to really shout out Holly Waddington as the costume designer, and Shona Heath and James Price as the production designers, because oh my god, this movie is scrumptious to look at. It is it's just so wild, and it's all captured so brilliantly on Robbie Ryan, the DP, who they're like every single one of these scenes. I want to just pause, it's definitely every frame of painting kind of movie. And I don't think a lot of this movie works like personally, it doesn't work without Emma Stone. She is so game for everything happening here. And she was so, and the way that her body movement is so like specifically like stiff and kind of robotic, and the way she talks, it feels a little autism coded, at least to me. Because I certainly like. I certainly related to like the lack of social grace and the bluntness in which she talks. And then, oh my god, and then she meets Mark Ruffalo, who I did not know he had this performance in him. He is so big. He's so like it feels scandalous in like how he really feels he's a cad, he's a scoundrel, he's like just coarse, and like he like presents himself as, you know, like, oh, he's part of the upper crust polite society, but he hates polite society. That's so fucking boring. Right. And oh man, he's so funny in this. There's a lot of deliveries that mostly from him that get the most laughs out of me from this movie. But it's Emma Stone that is the real beating heart of this movie, and so many of the emotional truths that she comes to realize about herself and the world really lands so well, because she has such a specificity in how she deliver in her performance, and how she like just the way she like takes in the world, and like how she makes friends. Like, oh man, like god, there's so much I want to just gush about, but I can't. You really need to see this in a theater as soon as you can, and you really need to see this in a crowd too. Like, I was initially worried when I walked in. My theater was like mostly full, with a lot of like middle-aged people, like on average probably like early mid-40s, but like not everyone there was game. Everyone was down for how funny this movie is, how extravagant this movie is, how surprisingly emotional it is, how weird it is, how horny this movie is. This is a really it's a graphically sexual movie in very bold and daring ways, especially nowadays. That like, god, if I could just like, I just kind of want to like shove this movie down the throats of every like 50K like Twitter post about like, oh, why do we need sex scenes? Why do we need sex scenes? They don't advance the plot for anything. They like, no, shut up and watch this. Just poor things. Just like, yeah, poor things. Oh god, and it's just it just puts a smile on my face in all the ways it just so surprises me, and it's so much fun to watch. That was one of the best theater experiences I've had all year. And honestly, if I see a movie better than Poor Things this year, I would be shocked. Like, there's a lot I still need to watch. There's like 2 big ones that I'm hoping to see before year's end. But like, there's a whole lot of other stuff that like is like in and out of the festival circuit that like just get lost and just doesn't come near me. But it is as good as you probably heard it was. I expect this to get even more love of the Oscars, especially from like all the lush look of it all. So I love. Well, like seriously, if this like misses out on like production or costuming, like there's no justice in this world. And yeah, just all the performances are fantastic. Willem Dafoe is like very sweet in this despite looking like he's been through hell and back. Ramy Youssef too. I feel like he's also got like a really nice. He's also like a nice warm blanket out of this movie. I feel like I don't want him to like go be overlooked, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard not to be when you're caught between like this big showy trifecta of like Willem Dafoe just being all of that, and Emma Stone just like being in absolute her freak mode, like especially between this and what I've been hearing out of the what's that show she's doing with Nathan Fielder. I haven't been able to see. And then Mark Ruffalo, who's just big and bold, and he's just like going beyond what we've ever seen. And like, man, seriously, I've seen Mark Ruffalo almost disappear in roles like Dark Waters or Foxcatcher, but here this is just like, where have you been hiding this from us? He's so good, and yeah, man, I don't want to say that he like overshadowed Emma Stone, but he came very close. And I love how like extravagant it is. I love the sexual liberation edge of it. It's so fun, and it's so fun, and the score too. I can't believe I didn't mention the score, because like it's so like it's feels otherworldly in a way, but also feels like very emotionally resonant, like when it needs to be. Like there's a scene, I won't give away, but there's a scene where Bella like feels like real hard, painful emotion, and like the score just like screams out at how big and immense and overwhelming the emotion is, and wow, and like just it kept surprising me. That you really should feel surprised too. Try to see this in a crowd. This is a great crowd movie. It's especially if your crowd is as like just down for everything that this movie has to offer. If I had anything to complain about, there is a bit towards the end that, in retrospect, kind of feels like introducing. It might come off as throwing in like the story like kind of has a villain all of a sudden, when most of the time you didn't really have one outside of just like, where do we go here, of like the journey from going here to here to here. But honestly, it's like it's like a little thing. It doesn't really affect how I feel about it overall, and because it really is just one of those movies that like needs to be experienced, it needs to be seen, and it's so fun, it's so funny, it's so just delightful. I'm repeating myself. Oh, but yeah, really should see this. I kind of just want to give this a 10. This is a great movie. Again, I'd be very shocked if I found a movie this year that I had more fun or was as good as Poor Things. This is my favorite Lanthimos by far. All right, he's had some like real heavy hitting winners especially since moving to the States. So yeah, did you see Poor Things? I hope you saw Poor Things. Tell your friends about it. Show this. What's your favorite Emma Stone performance? Because this is a winner if ever I've seen it. And yeah, please see Poor Things. Make this movie a hit. We need more movies like this. We need more movies that are like this, bold, this extravagant. Like seriously, all the sets in this like just kept me saying, "Wow, this is a set." Oh man. So yeah. I want a Bella Barbie now. Hope you've been having a Merry Christmas. I've been very busy. We got 3 days till we get there. So I am hoping to catch Ferrari soon. That's another big one. Very excited for that. Michael Mann is back, and comment, like, subscribe. Please share this video. I got a lot of movies to watch, and I hope you keep watching too. See ya.